Yo, we back in the house, so we getting mad deep. I'm with my guy, Kenny Malice, and we got a special co-host, Guru Doug. And man, who do we have today?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mad Deep Podcast. Today, we are joined by Rex Wonders and Gavlyn.
Hello.
And co-hosting today, got my boy Guru Doug. Say what's up, Doug.
Let's Doug in the house. Shout out to Guru Doug. He was the one that suggested that we have you guys come through and was like, hey, say less. I recognize those names. Let's fucking run it.
So shout out to everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Just to give like a quick introduction to the people, can you guys kind of tell us a little bit about yourselves? Just a very quick intro.
Yeah, my name is Gavlyn, born and raised from the San Fernando Valley. I am a rapper, entrepreneur, camel-toe critic, and I've been rapping out here for about like 10 plus years, holding it down.
I forgot about that. That's incredible.
You know, it exists, camel-toe critic.
I know.
I made it a thing. So yeah, I just got back from Europe with this man. We we did about 12 shows and
12 shows and
back to back, no breaks,
shitload of countries. Yeah, it was intense.
And that's me.
Yeah, facts. So yeah, my name is Rex Wonders. I do film, fashion, music, snow bunny connoisseur. You feel me? Actually, when we were on tour, I was doing like a poll on my story about like who has the best snow bunnies. We're trying to figure out what country had the best snow bunnies. Switzerland. But anyway,
Switzerland. You say that's the number one snow bunny.
Switzerland for sure. For sure.
That's actually the snow bunny capital.
Yeah, it's too easy. Like it was too easy. Or Germany.
Yeah,
Germany.
same shit.
Germany, yeah.
I'm just kidding. It's totally
not Russia though.
Huh?
You been to Russia?
Nah, we ain't go to Russia.
But that's
bro.
also a really good snow bunny jump off right there.
We smoke too much for real.
No Brittany Griner.
That ain't gonna work. Like they already don't like Americans, and if they don't like Americans, they don't fuck with me. So it's whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
you need a visa to go to.
Man, I don't give a fuck
Russia.
what I need. I ain't going. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool. So just kind of like to get more into it, you do videos, right? But you do a lot more than that.
Yeah, so I do. Like I said, film, fashion, and music. You know what I'm saying? Film is definitely the cornerstone of what has launched me to like a successful place. You feel me?
Okay.
I restarted launching music. I have a cool little partnership with Win Incorporated, and those are my guys. They just believed in everything that I was doing and kind of the direction that I wanted to go in. Because like realistically, what I'm trying to do is like carve out a new space, right? And like it's hard for me to stay to one concept because I just create, I think through everything. So it's like, if you want me to make a badass pot, bro, I'm gonna make you the craziest pot. You feel me? And that's weed or actual pottery. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I've made shelves, like I'm designing shit for like fucking furniture. Like, you know what I'm saying? I have a couple homies with some nice like supercars that I'm finna paint. Like I'm painting my AMG type shit, like hand painting it, you know? So realistically, it's like a limitless like mode. But film has been definitely like the cornerstone of what's created the capital for us to experiment in these other spaces, you know.
Okay, and where are you from again?
I'm from Pasadena, California.
Oh, Pasadena. Okay, so you're from the SGV.
Yeah, exactly.
It's SGV.
Exactly.
Awesome. And then, so tell me more about you. So how did you get into rapping and being from the San Fernando Valley?
Shoot. I mean, I've always been into rap music. I mean, I've been performing since I was like 10. So it's always kind of been a part of me. Honestly, in terms of falling into rap music and how that happened, it was literally just like for shits and giggles. You know what I mean? Just like ciphering with homies and never really taking anything seriously. And then I dropped my first video in 2012 on YouTube, which is what I do, and it went viral. I didn't even know what that meant. It was like around that time, like 2012. YouTube was just a thing.
Time for sure.
Yeah, like it just became a thing. People were like, "Oh, word! I could shoot my own music videos now." Yeah. So that video, it hit 1 million and counting, and and that took me to Europe and gave me
a feel to hit 1 million.
Honestly, I was kind of surreal. I didn't really know
it's different what it looks like now to what it looked like then too. So what it looked like then, it was just like
stupid numbers.
That's like so much real estate on the internet, like digital real estate.
Well, so like I feel like nowadays if you get 1 million views, it's like it's really cool. But back then, getting 1 million views is like whoa.
It was a head turner for sure. Yeah,
it was way tougher, and it's like they didn't have the tools that we have today to like do the same thing. You know what I mean? Like,
and how'd you guys link up?
I found him on the internet through his music videos, and I hollered at him, and he ended up knowing who I was. So I was like, word. And
can we tell a story though? We should tell a story.
Tell a story.
I'll tell a story. All right, so I was like little bros, like I was like one of the youngest ones like doing music shit at the time before I left to college. And so I was like 16, 17 hanging out with some of the OGT guys. And so I was like a crew
Who you
back
kicking
in the
with?
day. Razor.
Oh, that's right.
Razor and
Shout out to
and
Razor.
Mac, you feel me? Shout out Razor and Mac, you feel me? You're always
Yes.
holding it down. Jason C and all them. Rick's Rumble, you feel me? Type,
Rumble,
you know what I'm saying? And I was just a youngster, like just like, you know, making my own music, like doing my little beats, whatever. And like,
And what scene was this? What did you say?
it was a scene here.
OGT was what was the same year? OGT was also the one of the like the rap like collectives that I was in like
Yeah.
in the very beginning of my
She was
career.
in the collective officially, right?
Okay.
And I was just a youngster, and like I remember I got put on a Fora show, and so that's when Fora was part of OGT. After he left, like I mean, I don't really know the history too
He
much
was
of him,
very
but he was like
shortly.
yours truly, and then he went to OGT. Da da da. Poe started doing the videos for him. Blah
Shout
blah.
out to Von Poe.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out all them guys, you feel me? And but yeah, I was just a youngster, and the whole thing got put on a few shows, da da da, and like I knew who she was, and then I also had seen her at different like underground shows, like Adam Goes Ham. I don't know if you guys are familiar with
Like Ham on Everything. Have you
Ham on
guys heard of Ham on
Everything?
Everything?
I've heard.
Yes,
I
yes.
don't know if
like
I've
just
been to that, but-
legendary like underground
I remember,
shows.
yeah. I remember
Warehouse,
Ham
but
on
it's a-
Everything, bro. I've been to a few Ham on Everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
like-
they started right
It
when
was
like Lil
like-
B was a thing, the
Yeah.
whole swag
Yeah,
movement.
he was like throwing underground shows.
Yeah, it was basically like
And it was-
underground warehouse
But bitches
parties.
was working.
You know,
It's
it was
like,
like
if you know, you
Not
know.
rap
Yeah,
type.
yeah.
Ham on Everything?
You know type shit. So like, funny enough,
like for example, bro, like you get an invite from like someone you know or whatever, and then you go and then you walk in, you're like, what the fuck? This place is. You walk through like this like grocery store.
Yeah,
like, yeah. Like,
and
you
it
walk-
just like
and
shit
then
just
you-
looks like a trap every time.
It looks like a fucking like regular food market, but then you go to the back and it's like a whole like open space
Yeah.
and there's like music and like a stage. Like yeah, it was crazy shit.
And they don't have this anymore.
Ham on Everything still does exist. They just do different nights.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah,
do
it's just
emo
that,
nights
yeah.
and
But
whatnot.
back then they were going crazy like every week, like every
Bro,
like, you know what I mean?
it was like multiple
Adam
times a
Goes Ham.
week, and it was just like all like I remember going the one time I seen her in person because I knew of her already, but I seen her in person, and to me, like 17 years old, like what they're doing is fucking like out of this world. I'm like, yo, I want to get like them. You feel me? Like, and so I was dating this stripper. I didn't know she was a stripper.
Bazinga.
But it was this girl, a girl
When do
named,
we ever?
named Doce. Doce, if you ever see this, holla at me. I'm sorry I left out of nowhere.
Hey girl, I'm sorry, girl.
Okay, holla at me, for real. Like we got a lot of history to talk about. But anyways, like she invited me. She's like, "Yo, my friend's throwing this show, da da da," and I was like, "Say less." And I'm not like cool with my parents at the time, so I'm like all over the place. I'm on the streets, like doing like random ass shit. You feel me? Just getting to it, hanging out with homies, and anybody would take me in. You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing my little rap shit, so I had a bunch of little homies that was like backing me type shit. And so I ended up staying at a motel with her, a motel right off, like right on by Hollywood Strip. It's like by that little chicken place right behind
You're
like
active.
I forget what street it is, but we're staying at this motel, and she's like, "Yo, come with me to this party." We took the bus, and I had beers in my fucking backpack.
The public bus.
Yeah, that brings
public
back
bus.
memories.
That's awesome.
No, the metro.
With the stripper bitch, like a public bus, right? And
That's
then
some
I was
real
just like,
shit.
pulled up to the show, right? And then I see Gav there, and I was just like fucking starstruck. And I was like, damn, right? But anyways, fast
I wish you
forward.
had said something to me.
Well, I was just a kid, bro. I didn't have shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just trying to get it. I was just doing my first songs, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was nobody, you know what I mean? So it's like...
It's very
but just seeing
intimidating.
You in the
Yeah,
vibes,
it's
I was
very
just like, oh, this
intimidating.
place is fucking crazy, you feel me? And then just the whole environment, I'm telling you, it looked like a fucking trap. But people were vibing, and everybody was so loving. It was amazing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out Adam Goes Ham, you feel
Yeah,
me?
shout out Roma Face, Adam Goes
He
Ham.
probably don't even remember me. I met him and shit. He probably don't even remember me, but
He's a good guy.
it was dope. It was dope. And then fast forward, I'm moving back from Oregon, 2019, and she finds me, and then she hits me up and follows me and hits me up, and then I posted it on my story. I'm like, y'all don't even know what this means, because I've been gone. At this point, I've been gone for like 6 years. So I was just like, you guys, it's like full circle, you know what I'm saying, at that moment. And she was like, yo, I fuck with your shit, da da da. And we ended up cooking and shit, and I posted it on my story before we cooked. And then I was just like, y'all don't even know what this means. Like, this is literally like legendary shit. And then she like responds to me on the story, and it was just like, you know, since then we worked and we got along.
Now
and,
he's like one of my best friends.
yeah, exactly. And then now we've been all over Europe
y'all
together.
touring the world
like,
together, bro.
Yeah, it's
Beautiful.
literally, we've traveled the whole world together. We literally, it's like my sister, you feel me?
I gotta
Like,
say this man is the first videographer that I worked with that I've ever done.
director, stop playing with me.
Well, excuse me, director. And either way, I like his style, like what he does, like in this, what'd you say? I don't want to get it wrong again. Special effects.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Okay,
you can say
cool.
VFX.
He's like, nah, girl. Special effects and whatnot. I've never had a video done like that ever in my life. So also seeing him do his thing, like he had it all planned out, you know, and like this way how we would shoot certain shit. I was like, oh damn, this fool already has it in his head, you know.
Yeah.
And when he had sent me the video, I had no notes.
Yeah.
I was like, this never happens.
I have a 90, I have a 90%
I always at least have a note or two, you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, this shit is crazy.
Like a correction to improve the video.
yeah, I was like, yo, this is fire, top to bottom.
Yeah.
How do you guys know my boy Doug right here?
Shit, the legend, bro. The legend.
The legend.
I met Gavlyn. Shit, damn, I don't even know how many years. it's been.
Gavlyn, that's how you say my name now?
Gav. I met Gav like probably fucking. It's probably been what, like 7 years at least.
Yeah, it's been
8
a hot
years?
one, yeah.
It's been a minute. But anyways, I've been homies with Self Provoked for a long ass time. I knew about him. We had been working since like shit 2012 or some shit. And I knew about Reverie at the time they were dating. So obviously I seen her viral her music video. So at a show at the time I had like beat tapes and shit. So I would just pass out beat tapes. And I seen her and I was like, same as him. I was like starstruck. I'm like, oh shit, it's Gavlyn. So I went up to her, shot my shot. I was like, hey, check out my beats. And she hit me back up instantly. And she's like, I'm fucking with
Also,
you.
the first beat tape I've ever had that I fucking liked. Usually people give me beat tapes and I'm like, next. I was like, yo, this shit is hard.
What did you like
I don't know
about
if we
his
could
beats,
clear this,
though?
Justin. What did I like about
Yeah,
him?
what did you like about his beat?
His flavor, his sound, his groove, the whole nine.
go.
You know what I mean? It was just immediate. Like
Smooth.
also
Perfect.
it's kind of like it was, I don't know, I guess essentially like, I don't know, Guru has a really dope sound. This was hip hop, but he's also like super soulful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there was this one joint on there. Would you sample like Justin Timberlake or some shit like that? I was like, there's no way we're clearing this bitch, but I'm gonna rap on it anyway.
Bro, my
out there somewhere on
boy's the type to sample System of a Down and then make it a hood track. You know what I'm
Guru's
saying?
nice.
Like that's just like he just takes
just
like
nice with it.
He like genre blends and that's what we fuck with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's lit.
How did me and you meet, Goo? Like
Honestly, I don't even, bro. Like, I know that
Our connection
I
happened
think
so
she might have
crazy.
put me on. Someone put me on to you, and at the time it was like pandemic time, and I had a video. I had already shot. I directed the whole shit myself.
Right.
But I liked your trippy effects, and the song was called Microdosage.
oh, Zoo.
Zoo. That's what it was. Zoo.
It was Zoo. Hey,
Zoo
shout out
Zoo DeVille.
fucking Zoo.
Yeah, Zoo's the
Bro,
real.
shout out Zoo. That's my brother. You feel me?
Yes.
That's one of my favorite
killing it right
rappers
now.
of all time, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
he's on tour with Atmosphere
bro,
right now,
yeah,
right?
on tour Atmosphere doing like 3 legs of a single tour, bro.
Yeah,
like
shout out Zoo.
Hey, shout out Zoo.
Yeah.
That's one of my best friends. That's one of the first people that showed me love for real. That
Honestly,
was
I
like,
found you through Zoo.
yeah, that was one of the first
Yep.
people that showed me love. I have to give him his flowers, bro. He's one of my favorite rappers for real.
He's incredible.
Like
Low-key,
his wordplay,
high-key.
like just the way that he is. You feel me? The no fun shit. Make sure y'all tap into no fun.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all tap into everything that they doing because that
Yeah.
shit is like original
movement.
and it's from our place.
Shout out
from
to
our
Zoo
city.
DeVille.
Nah,
Zoo
for
DeVille.
real.
We
Shout
gotta get
out
him up
Zoo
here
DeVille
next.
for real because
Yeah,
like the
definitely.
no fun shit is crazy. Like the just everything that he's doing. Like he does film shit too. You know what I'm saying? On tour with Atmosphere. Like
Killing it, too.
He's
but
on
yeah,
tour with Atmosphere, rapping and
he's killing
filming.
it.
rapping and
Really?
filming. Yeah, same thing. Same thing I be
Like
doing
you.
for other people.
Y'all like
Exactly.
twinning them.
That's what I'm saying. Me and
Twinning
Zoo
them.
are like, bro, like we're like 2 peas in a pod, bro. Like that's
Yeah.
my boy. You feel me? And like he's like I said, he's one of the first people that showed me love early. Like early was just like, yo, I fuck with your shit. Like I like the direction what you're doing. And then we linked up. I made music videos for him. Blah blah. We've done hella songs together. But yeah, man, like Zoo was the one.
Zoo's the
that
reason
put
we
us
connected.
together. And then I did a video.
boy.
For
And then
you.
so I
Yeah.
had already had the video done. I
Yeah.
directed it on
You just-
the
you
homie
just
Tony,
needed a edit.
and I needed
Yeah.
your effects. So, and the
Yeah.
song was about mushrooms, about microdosing,
Yeah.
microdosage.
Yeah.
So and he just made that shit look trippy, and it literally
Yeah.
like it's like I don't really be doing music videos like that. I'm more of a producer, prankster, but like that's like my best music video I have out. You know what I mean? And
Nah,
'cause
I
of
mean
your
on
effects.
Sunday we about to run up the
Hey, we
next
about to
one.
run up on Sunday, but,
Hello.
but like them effects
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
man, it literally made it feel like you were on mushrooms and shit.
Right.
I
I
love
mean,
that shit.
I be trippy sometimes, so
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I already
Fully
knew what it
trippy.
felt like. I be
Yeah.
studying shit too. Like my greatest asset is my eyes and my.
People to this
hands.
day be hitting me up like, bro, I
Yeah,
love
man.
that song, bro. The video is my favorite video. Like that shit's trippy, bro. It's a
But yeah,
vibe.
that's how we connected. And I mean,
Yeah.
shit. Ever since then, this fool's just been like mad supportive of everything, and vice versa.
Hell
You
yeah.
feel me? Like I
Hell
invite
yeah.
him to everything, all the industry shit that we're doing
Okay.
now. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I never forget shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because like off rip, this fool's he's made me a lot of money. I'll say that. Yeah. He's made me a lot of money for real. Yeah, he's made me a lot of money. So it's like, and besides that, he's just like always vibing with me, inviting me to studio sessions, like sending me beats, like You know, he
was
respects,
nice.
like, that was one of my insecurities, like, early, was just like, yo, if I show that I'm rapping and I'm out rapping these fools, like, they might not want to fuck with me and buy videos. Because, you know, realistically, what I was doing at the beginning, I wasn't even telling people I was the artist in the video. I was just putting directed by Rex Wonders. And so fools were hitting me up, trying to bite the artist style, but the artist was me. You dig? So it's like I was mad insecure, like, yo, am I going to fuck up the business by telling, like, motherfuckers that I'm the one rapping on this shit? You know what I mean? And he was one of the people that knew that I was, like, behind the music, too, and, like, didn't care. You know what I mean? He was just like, nah, I'm going to send you beats, and I want you to do some videos, and let's film pranks. You know what I'm saying? Let's do all of it type shit, you know?
And then, Gavlyn, I had a question for you. What was it like growing up in the San Fernando Valley?
Growing up in the San Fernando Valley, I mean, it was pretty basic, bro. Like, not really much going on in the San Fernando Valley.
What do you do out there?
What do I? Not a damn thing. Like, literally, it's the
Just
suburbs of
make
Los
music.
Angeles. You know what I mean? Like, there's really not much to go out there, going on out there.
Nah,
if
but
you're
they
an
be
artist.
having tamaleras out there, though, with the
Yeah, but if
tamales
you're
in the
an-
morning, bro.
yeah.
Like, what are you
I
talking
mean,
about, bro?
as
They
an
got the-
upcoming rapper, though, there's nothing there for you.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, I started rapping young. I started rapping at like 15. So, like, you know, I would always be working on my raps. Like, I would take the bus. I was living in North Hollywood. I would take the bus from North Hollywood to fucking Granada Hills, like, every morning, back and forth, and I would always be working on my raps. But the coolest thing, I guess, growing up in San Fernando Valley for me, in the sense of that, was North Hollywood. North Hollywood actually has an arts district.
It's pretty.
So that was actually the first time where, like, I'm telling you, when I first started rapping, I was so fucking hungry. Like, there was just nothing you could tell me. You know what I mean? And I would put my own shows together. The whole, like Rex was saying, he would do it for himself. And I mean, so growing up in the San Fernando Valley is really not much. But in terms of being an artist, where I did find something for myself, to do something for myself, was in North Hollywood. Because, man, I fucking started with spoken word, and I would hit up open mics. And then,
Hard.
and I was just like, please,
like
I
me for
cannot
real.
wait till I turn 18 so I could hit fucking Low End Theory or fucking Urban
Low End
Underground.
Theory,
and shit.
Low End
You know what I'm
Nobody
saying?
knows about Low End
Or
Theory,
fucking
bro.
Project Blow.
Bro,
Like, please
Low
take
End
me to
Theory
Lamar
was
Park, bro. Like,
fucking
I miss that shit,
legendary.
bro.
so,
I
like,
miss Low End Theory.
the moment
Yeah.
that I left the Valley is when I actually started to expand more, and going to the airliner a bunch and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the Valley's cool, you know, but there's really not much out there for you if you're
all
trying to be a
gentrified
creative,
now.
you know.
What was the spoken word like? You said you did spoken word.
I did spoken word. I mean, it was basically me being a rapper without being Gavlyn, without knowing who the fuck Gavlyn was yet. You know what I mean? Because it was like, it's not like I was like the moon and the stars. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't doing that kind of shit. It was
Why do
all
I
like,
feel so far?
exactly. I was
on
still
Mars?
rapping.
Am I on
You know what I
Mars?
mean?
Yeah.
So essentially, it was still a rap, just with no beat. But I mean, spoken word came into my life because of the artists I was listening to. I was listening to like Typical Cats. I was listening to Hieroglyphics, like all that. I don't know if you guys, like Quell is like one of my favorite poets, you know, and he was the one that kind of like inspired me on that. But yeah, I mean, my life completely changed the moment I moved to Culver City,
Culver City is dope.
because like everything's closer there.
Yeah.
Shout out
and I never
my
went back to the
guy.
Valley.
You got
Shout out
the-
my
the
guy
Snoop
Eric
Dogg.
at Sony
Mr.
Studios.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah,
helping me
yeah,
master all my
yeah.
music.
Yeah, tell me about the Snoop Dogg.
The Snoop Dogg interview, oh my god, the GGN interview.
Damn, that must have been crazy.
It was wild, bro.
Right,
It was
especially
insane.
at the time, like
I mean, it happened. Shout out to my boy Frankie. He's the one that linked it all together, and he's also from the Valley as well. But it happened because Snoop Dogg had this countdown called Underground Heat, and I hit #1 on it like 3 times. But
As you
I'm
should.
the kind
As
of
you
person
should.
where like I don't believe it until I see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they're like, and my boy was like, "Yo, Snoop hella fucks with you."
Cut
I was
the
like,
check.
"Yeah,
Like,
right,
okay.
right.
the
Okay,
check.
yeah, he fuck with me. Yeah, right. You know." And he's like, "Yeah, no, he really likes it." I was like, "Sure." And then, you know, I hit. Like I said, I hit #1 on like countdown a few times, and I went to go visit. I went to the GGN studio just to like chill, you know, like I didn't even know what was happening, you know what I mean? And that like fucking had like enchiladas and like a breakfast burrito, like just posted up, you know. And one of the artists that Snoop was supposed to interview didn't make it through, so my boy John, which is also the videographer director of GGN, was like, "You want to hop in the interview?" I was like, "Huh? Okay." And he's like, "Oh, they call him Dog, don't call him Snoop there." And they're like,
Dog.
they're like, "Yo, you want to meet Dog?" I was like, yeah. Still, like, this whole time, I'm just not believing any of this is happening. And then I go to his green room and I meet Snoop. And he's like, oh, what's up? And I was like, holy fuck, it's
Crazy, huh?
fucking Snoop Dogg. I was bugging. And I was trying so hard to, like, be like, and I was by myself. I wasn't with anybody.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I was just like, oh, what's up, man? Trying to be cool. I went in the bathroom. I was like, holy fuck, I just met Snoop Dogg. Like, bugging out amongst myself. So within the interview, it was cool. Like, honestly, I'm gonna be real. Like, growing up with Snoop Dogg, he's one of my biggest influences for sure. So, like, talking to him was exactly what I thought it would be. In a good
like
way, you know.
Fucking like
freestyling.
Yeah, and he got me high as
ocean
hell.
of game, an ocean of game.
Ask you that. How
He got me high as fuck, bro. He got me high as fuck. He gave me my own blunt, and I was just like, I was puffing it like a little baby, you know.
Damn.
And I was like, me. And like towards the end of the interview, I was high as hell. I couldn't even get the title of the fucking show right. They were like, all right, Gav, just do your exit. I was like, fucked up like 7 times.
Right, they asked you to do like a drop at the end. Yeah,
Yeah, and he was like, "That's my." It was like, "That's my fault. Daddy
Still
did
be
that."
watching that shit.
But it was incredible, and one of the coolest things that Snoop had said to me is, "If it feels good to you, it must be good for you." And that's resonated with me for the rest of my life.
Love that.
It's been
Gems.
yeah.
Just like I said, he's an ocean of game.
Yeah.
He's
What would
an
you
ocean
rate
of game.
from 1 out of 10 that experience of meeting Snoop?
From what?
From 1 out of 10, what would you rate it?
I would name it. I would like make it like 1,000,000.
Yeah, facts.
It was incredible. You know, this is a man that I grew up listening to. You know, and
I gotta meet Snoop, man.
yeah, he's such a
Definitely on my
he's such a cool human being, and like, you know, I remember before all of that, Snoop Lion came out, right, and fools were hating on Snoop. They were saying all of this woo shit, and then like meeting him and being in that interview and freestyling with him, I'm like, this fool never lost it. He was just experimenting right there. You know what I mean? And so like freestyling with him, it was just like, it was like no thing. Like he could still rap. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And like, so like, yeah, it was incredible, and it was forever memorable.
That's super dope. I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So you moved to Portland, you said?
I moved to a little spot called Monmouth, Oregon.
Oregon. How was
Funny.
that? Because you're from Southern California.
Fucking okay, man. I got
need to know the
stories for
difference.
days,
Yeah,
bro.
Tell us.
All white people.
I got
different,
stories for days.
like, vibe
Okay,
over there.
so I moved to a place called Monmouth, Oregon. So originally, like, I was a pretty good student. You feel me? I did a lot of extracurriculars in high school. I played sports. I definitely took care of my academics. You feel me? You know, I come from an immigrant household, so. You know, my mom had me when she was barely 19, a few weeks after 19, coming from Honduras, you feel me, not knowing a lick of English. So to them, my folks, you feel me, I have a stepfather, he's Mexican, you feel me, and he was in the grind too, you feel me, coming up from the places he came up from. And so to them, it was just like academics or sports. That's what meant success. You know what I'm saying? Academics or sports. And it's like I was good at baseball. I was good at what I was doing, but like I knew I wanted something different. So like I say that to say this, like I didn't want to go to college anymore because I was running shows and I was making like a good amount of money off shows and merch, but also I wasn't that evolved yet. And so throughout the whole summer when I graduated, I didn't want to go to college. So with certain universities that I got accepted to, you have to tell them that you're going there. You have to essentially commit to a certain university. And I was like, I'm not going to school, and I'm not in a good relationship with them at the time. I'm chasing my shit, you feel me? And it's like they're just like, oh, pick up your pants and da da da. You feel me? They're not understanding like what I grew up with in terms of the culture and all that. They don't give a fuck. They see everything as gang related type shit. You feel me? And
In Oregon?
And no, in California still. So I'm gonna get there. So I have to give you the preface for that situation to make sense, because I wasn't supposed to end up there, right? So everything felt gang related. A bunch of my homies are in gangs and shit already at the time. I'm not affiliated by any means, but I'm just like the homies with everybody, right? Like, yeah. And I'm super creative and I'm doing graph and I'm doing all these different things. So my folks is not fucking with it, right? So by the end of the summer, I'm not living at home. I'm literally living in a small apartment that has a living room and a 1-bedroom, and it's my auntie, her little baby, and my cousin that's my age, and we're all living in this like garage, essentially. You feel me? And my grandmother is in my ear, my auntie's in my ear, and then my auntie hits me up, my other auntie, not the one I'm living with at the time. And shout out my auntie Jasmine, shout out Randy, shout out Alex, shout out all of them, because they held me down when I was just like not in a good position with my folks, and they were just like, they believed in me type shit. And even my other auntie, my auntie Christina, she was just like, I'll go with you, but I want you to go to college. Like, you have to go. Like, go. You know what I'm saying? Like, just try it out. Just go. And so the last university that I had, there was 3 that were open for me. There was Oklahoma, there was New Mexico State, and so Langston University in Oklahoma, it's a historical black university, right? And then New Mexico State and Western Oregon University. And I was like, Oregon's close, and I always was like, fuck it, I wanted to go to the Ducks before I decided not to go to college. I wanted to go to the Ducks. So I was like, I'll go to this university, run 2 years there, and then I'll move to the Ducks, right? So I was like, fuck it, I'll go to Oregon. But yeah, so I ended up going to Oregon, and I had never visited the campus, nothing. And remember, I'm going off a whim, literally like a few days before school starts, when you're supposed to be there a week at least before school starts. So I was there like 5 days before school started. So I still went through the whole freshman situation, right? And I get there, and it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. Nowhere. Like, coming from a city where it's just like my whole like childhood was me taking the trains, taking the buses, skateboarding everywhere, going to every single gang unit that there is in their entire city, right? Yeah. Being cool with all these fools and like moving around, doing graphs, skateboarding, right?
And now you in the forest.
And now I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's nothing.
How was the vibe though? Like,
bro,
vibe difference?
That was the first time I felt like racism.
Really?
Yes.
In Oregon?
All white.
That was the first time
That's
I
a
saw
white
racism.
utopia.
It's like
And it's
90
just like,
people.
It's like the West Coast though.
out here
It's a different world.
in LA, right? It's like we feel racism, but it's like authoritarian, meaning that it's the authorities. It's like teachers, judges, cops, shit like that, right? Where it's like we expect them to be like that. We're born and we're raised to understand that these people can get off on us if we do something wrong, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of avoid those people and you know how to deal with those people. Now imagine if you're dealing with people that will smile in your face and then do something else, and then you get a whole other element of people that will tell you directly to your face that you're worth less than them.
Damn.
Yeah.
So now like there's football players that had the hard R written on their door.
Oh, hell no.
Wow, yeah, you
Right?
can get
There's
away with that
fucking-
here.
I was going to
That's
fucking, I'll tell
crazy.
you another story. I was going to a fucking Halloween party, and I'm 15 minutes away from the KKK capital, Oregon. So that means the
that?
Walmart.
What was that?
The Walmart, Dallas, Oregon. The Walmart is literally fucking 15 minutes, the only Walmart in the area. So as a college student, you need shit from Walmart, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need shit for my dorm. I need to fucking buy certain things.
Yeah.
Guess what? The Walmart is in the KKK capital, Oregon.
Whoa.
Which is Dallas, Oregon, 15 minutes away from where I live. And there's literally no street lights in between most of these places all around. Right? So I get
Hell
there.
nah.
Exactly. And I get there. I don't even know none of this, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know none of this, right? I grew up with Asian kids. You know what I'm saying? My best friend was Filipino and black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My other best friends were black, Latino, white. Like, I had all friends from all different races, right? And it's like, I'm very diverse. I was never clicked up with nobody. I wasn't with the jocks. I wasn't with the smart kids. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even with the skaters. But I was cool with everybody because I was doing the clubs and all. So imagine coming from that and then going there and being like, oh, they're like forcing you into pockets.
Yeah.
You dig?
Absolutely.
And granted, like, it was still a beautiful experience, but it was the first time I had realized, like, oh shit, like, nah, it's really real out here.
Yes.
Like, there's different shit out here that I've never experienced, like, real, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain places in LA and all these different, you know, spots around this area where, like, you can get anything at any time of the day.
Yeah.
Over there, it's not like that. And so that was a crazy experience for me. That was like a culture shock.
Yeah.
That was a culture shock for me. It was just like, damn, like, I got to move a little bit different.
It's
and
what
I
you
gotta
call
talk a
like
little bit
would it be considered a sundown city? Is that-
Sundown city. What is that? What is a sundown
It
city?
means that well, after sundown, like pretty much the police don't really be getting involved, and it's kind of like martial law.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I recently just moved to Oregon too, so I know what he's talking
I would
about.
say yes and no. It wasn't as intense as other places in the country would be, because I've heard of. I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. I wouldn't say it was as intense as I've heard other stories to be, but I would say that like I got into a situation where I threw a party because I come from throwing parties.
Yeah.
I would throw a party. I would do dollar parties at the college where everything was $1. Entrance was $1.
Hard.
Beers were $1. Shots were
Definitely.
$1.
Hell yeah.
And then I would put myself as as the performer at the party.
Hard.
Take notes.
And then I would
Hustle.
literally,
That's hustle.
take notes. This is game.
You ain't
Self
hard,
promo.
This is game for all of my like college guys
Yeah,
that are
coming
like
up.
trying to do music. Dollar parties. You're gonna probably take an L or two in the first few, but after it's all upside, right? But I would put myself
Yes, I know that
at the as a performer at the party, right? Anyways, I started getting a lot of friends around the towns, and there were some underage kids that came in. Right, I didn't know who they were, whatever, but the police ended up showing up, and then they cornered these kids, and then they tried to essentially make them say that I was the one that gave them the alcohol, even though I was running the whole party, so I'm busy. I don't got time to be giving little kids alcohol, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, they pulled me out, and they were literally trying to give me like either 2 years in like jail, prison, or I had to pay like $20,000.
What?
Yeah, I would have went to jail, bro. I was ready to go to jail because I was like, I don't got 20,000. I'm
Yeah.
not finna hit up my folks that
Yeah.
already don't fuck
That sounds
with the
crazy.
vision that I'm going with.
20K sounds insane for that crime.
Bro,
Right?
they were like 2 years in prison or 20K. And
I feel like
I'm
if that happened over
sick.
here
I don't
in
have
LA,
20K, bro. I'm fucking.
Yeah.
Like Vicious is $1 party.
And you know what's funny, bro? You know what's funny, bro? I was 20 years old, bro. I'm not even 21. So how the fuck could I have
Yeah.
given the alcohol?
Yeah.
I didn't buy it.
Oh, boy.
I'm 20.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't even buy the alcohol.
So how did that situation end?
Yeah. What
Right?
happened?
Okay, so shout out God, bro, for real. Because I
Shout
went
out
through
to
the whole
God.
shit. I understood what I fucked up
Hey, yo,
in.
God.
I should have been a little more strict on who came in and out. That prepared me for future business that I was obviously doing as me myself here now.
Yeah.
But fortunately, the cop that was the one that set the whole shit up. He got hit with some other shit where he did some fugazi shit in other trials.
Oh.
And they pretty much wiped his whole record. Everything that he was involved in, they wiped it clean.
Damn.
And I was one of those trials.
Yeah, that's God. for sure.
For sure, because I would have went to prison maybe jail. I don't know how it works in Oregon. I would have went to prison or jail for like 2 years.
Bunch of white people.
Because I wasn't finna pay 20K because I don't have 20K.
Yeah, that sounds insane. That doesn't
That's
sound right.
insanity.
That doesn't sound right at
That's
all.
just to
That's
show you, like, yo,
insanity.
they were really pressing these kids out, trying to make sure that they testified
Trying to
against
set an
me, that
example.
I gave it to them.
Yeah.
And even my homies that were in the skater community, because they were skaters.
Yeah.
That's why when I seen them, I was just like, whatever, which was my fault. I
crazy.
shouldn't have done that. But like at the end of the day, like I didn't give them the alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Like they're out in the middle of the night, and all the little towns are connected where they can skate to the other town and get there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's not my problem at the end of the day.
What town
But,
was this again?
Monmouth and Independence, Oregon.
How close is that to
Okay.
Medford? I've been to Medford.
Medford is cool.
Medford,
It's alright.
It's all right.
Oregon's cool, but it's different. It's different.
It's different, bro. I don't know how
Is
to
it close
explain
to the
it.
place you're talking about?
Changed.
Kind of. Not really. Probably like an hour.
Oh, okay.
Hour or so, yeah.
Now I was gonna say because last time I was here, I kind of was in a similar situation as you because my senior year, actually my junior year of high school, I kept fucking up, and I was like doing graffiti and shit, like getting in trouble with the cops and shit. So my mom sent me to stay with my pops, like my step pops, in Rhode Island. So imagine going from LA to fucking Rhode Island. I wanted to kill myself, bro. But at the end of the day,
Rhode Island is so small.
it's random,
like,
bro,
it's
and
so
it wasn't
small.
even Providence. It was a little town in Rhode Island. But it was cool because I learned like it definitely rubbed off on me like musically. Like I started getting into like random ass rock bands like Brand New and shit, and I was saying at the end of the day, I stayed there for like 2 years, and like I definitely learned. I started fucking with psychedelics and shit out there. Like we would literally go pick mushrooms in the fields and shit.
Right.
It was like it's a whole vibe. Like it's a whole vibe. Parties in the woods and shit. Like
That's cool.
like mainly white kids. Like it was weird, but like it definitely influenced my music. I feel because I opened up a whole another thing. I I got
I feel the
respect.
same about like
I'm sure
the
it
time I spent in
influenced-
Oregon for sure
Agreed,
because like
agreed.
I was able to dominate Oregon pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cause
with the information I had, I mean, watching fucking OGT, watching On a High Note,
Yeah,
watching
On a
yours
High Note.
truly,
Shout out my boy
being
Self.
around being around Odd Future because I was a skateboarder, so I was around Haji Beats, went to PHS,
Yeah.
Pasadena High School.
Odd
you know
Future,
what I mean?
that
really?
when it came
Yeah.
out, that's such
So
a good
it's
time
like-
for music.
So like, you know, knowing his sister and all these different, you know, situations and then being in these environments and like taking that game and then going to Oregon, I was able to dominate it. Once I got introduced
that
into
confidence.
Portland, that was about an hour
Portland's
away.
lit.
It was over. Like I was able to turn that bitch up like super quick.
Did you ever run into Yeet?
No, I did not. I did not run into you.
He,
But,
that's, the thing, that's where he was when he blew up. He blew up. He
Yeah.
was from Irvine originally, but
Yeah.
then he moved to Oregon, I believe.
You know the homies.
I don't want to.
the homies
I
in,
know. I know the whole arc. I'm not gonna explain it here. I fuck with Yeet. You feel me? He was in a place called Lake Oswego, and then whoever watches this, and knows what Lake Oswego is, they can make their own judgments. I fuck with Yeet personally, but like
Lake Oswego
I
is a
wouldn't
very
say
nice
like
side
he
of Oregon.
represents Portland though. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
I
Nah.
don't think so. I think he's just kind of like an internet like
Yeah,
rapper.
I don't think he
I
represents
think-
Portland. I would say like
I
definitely
think
made
he, I
it.
think he
Also,
made it
too,
to
He's
multiple
holding it down
different
for-
places.
I
Where,
gotta
like,
shout out Yellow Trash Can. They're one of the illest rap groups.
Facts.
Not even rap groups.
Anime.
Shout out Jitta.
Anime.
Jitta and
Amine is
Jason.
amazing. I actually
Yeah.
did a show with Amine in Monmouth,
Oh,
Independence, Oregon. Actually, it's the town right next door.
he came to my high school when he was first. blowing
Yeah,
up.
so shout
He's
out
amazing.
Amine. That was
Yeah,
one. That
Amine's
was
fire.
another
He's
one of
killing it.
those that I
Also,
seen
Win
blow
as
the
well.
fuck up. You know
Win's
what I'm
nice
saying?
with it too.
Shout out Winnie. Yeah, I did a cipher with her for Cipher Effect actually.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I did a
That's
cipher with her.
right.
Yeah.
She's
Shout out
nice.
Cypher.
Yeah, shout out Win.
Hey,
Shout out
JDS.
Amine. Definitely putting on game for the shit. But I wouldn't consider Yeet like a Portland artist
Yeah.
at all though. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, he's definitely a particular.
He was there
artist.
for a little bit for sure, and like a lot of the homies know him and stuff. And like I work with Clibo, shout out Clibo, crazy ass producer, has done shit for Kanye, a lot of early Yeet shit, a lot of.
You fuck with Yeet?
Yeah.
You
yeah,
like
I
Yeet?
fuck with
I'm a
Yeet.
huge Yeet fan. I fuck with Yeet. Yeah, he's
I
hard.
fuck with you too.
bro. That talk.
It's just hard. Like
Oh my God.
the last album he dropped last year, I think it was called "Two Alive." Oh my god,
Yeah.
that was my favorite album.
I gotta peep
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's so
Nah, for sure. I fuck with you. Like I said, I fuck with you. But like the story is convoluted
Right.
in the way that people understand it. I wouldn't consider
he actually
him from
from?
Portland.
Irvine?
Though. I wouldn't consider him from Portland though.
Orange County.
Because like there's too many people in Portland doing like grinding and hustling
Yeah.
for their city that come from that city that haven't gotten the recognition that they need, that I would love for them to have the recognition they need. And half of my team is from Portland. Like most of like half of my business partners are from Portland because I built a lot of shit out there. And so like I have a special place in my heart from Portland. And it's like how I seen it, it was crazy like when I noticed this, but I come from Pasadena and they're Portland.
Yeah.
Both start with P's. They have the same amount of letters in the name, and they literally feel like I'm in a Twilight Zone where it's like a mirror of each other.
Do you think Portland's
Yeah.
like a Pasadena of?
I think Portland.
Ah.
I wouldn't call it Pasadena. No, I wouldn't call it Pasadena. I would. Portland is special.
What do you identify more with though? It seems like you identify more with like.
I identify with both of those places. I feel like I'm honorary Portlander, but I'm also like I rep to the death for my city and for Pasadena because it grew me. And it's like I was in East LA, South Central, and all these places growing up, but like where I really became like and I had my friends and I really felt at home was like in Pasadena.
Yep.
You feel me? And they had their little shit, but it was a little nicer. You feel me? Like in terms of like the hood politics of shit. You feel me? Where it's like all my family was scattered all over LA, and I experienced all of it. But like Pasadena was the space where like I have to represent it because that's just my story. You
That's
feel
also
me?
a very special
You know what I'm
city
saying?
as well.
Yeah, it's just my story and like being able to like witness what's happening in the Rose Bowl. And right now, for the future self, I'm gonna watch this in like 5 years.
What's
but
poppin',
future
future
self, there's never been a Pasadena artist that has sold out the Rose Bowl. And we're technically the first bowl game that was introduced into the college spectrum of football.
Really?
And so yes, this is the Rose Bowl is the first bowl game.
The Rose Bowl's dope. I like going
It was
there.
dope,
That Rose
right?
Bowl's
And
cool.
we have the fucking Rose Parade at the at the beginning of the year, so it's just like the January 1st.
Yep.
But not a single Pasadena artist has sold out the Rose Bowl and done, or even just done cool shit in there in general. And I'm gonna be the first one. So
the first.
preach yourself. I'm
You heard
gonna
it
be
here
the first
first.
one.
What's poppin', Future
I'm
Step?
gonna
How
be
you
the first
living?
one for real, because
And then,
I have like I said, a special place in my heart for Pasadena and Portland, and I'm gonna do both of them
Right.
justice. You dig me? So
And then by any chance, like, what do you guys have to, like, anything in the future that you're working on that you guys want to promote
Yes,
on here?
absolutely. I am actually working on an EP that, I mean, I've been working my ass out to be honest since I've left this European tour. When are our tour end? Fuck.
I don't even remember.
It was
but
like
we were in March.
March.
Was it? I don't even remember. Bro.
It's been a while.
I've been around the like multiple countries like multiple times
Yeah.
in the last 12 months.
I'm working on an EP right now called "I Love That for You, but Not for Me."
I love that title.
And basically,
You're like the female Drake. You're really the female
playing.
Drake.
Just the title.
Hey, shout out
Let's
Big
go.
Uncle Drake though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was on an independent record label called Broken Complex, and which I'm not on anymore. And I've kind of made it a point to take matters in my own hands. So with that being said, I've been working my ass off. So this first EP is done. I plan on dropping it. Can't give a date yet, but it's done, and it's super like all hands on in terms of what I'm doing. And I actually just came back from Barcelona, Spain, and I just finished an EP out there with my boy Marcellus. Shout out Marcellus. And I'm calling that One Penelope. So I'm making it rain this year in terms of music and content and everything. So be on the lookout for that.
Let's go. And myself, I got a album dropping tonight actually, so by the time this come out, it's already gonna be out, but it's with my boy Self. I mixed and mastered the whole thing. It's called Hallmarked. This is coming right here. Apple Pens and Lighters, got the weed company also, but I produced track number 2 in there called Baby Blue. And I'm not trying to be biased or nothing, but it's my favorite self-provoked song, and like other people have said it too, like pure just like greatness, like straight bars, smooth jazzy fucking beat. I played all the instruments in it, and it's like that shit has just an overall dope message, man. It's like, but yeah, that shit drops tonight. So by the time this shit comes out, by the time this shit comes out, y'all peep game. You're gonna know.
Self-provoked, Guru
Self-provoked, Guru Dub,
Hallmark, then
Hallmark.
know I'm on the artwork. You know what I mean? Holla at me.
Hey,
What's
you
on
do
the artwork?
artwork player? I didn't know that.
Oh, I do a lot. See, there's
Holla at a bitch.
there's a lot that you guys don't know
go.
about me, but
I didn't even know you. Oh, bro, that artwork's hard.
you know what I mean?
I just know the story right now.
You know what I mean? But yeah, go tap in with Self-Provoked, Hallmarked.
Yeah, I'm excited for that shit, man.
Did Rex go take a piss or what? Because I want to hear what he got going on. So we can
Yeah, he gonna take a piss, but
all right, yeah.
you know what he has going
Yeah,
on?
we
got a chance.
we
I
could
cannot
chop it
speak
up.
for that, man.
She cannot speak for that.
We'll just cut it, and then when you
Yeah.
Oh, cut it.
We could just bullshit a little bit for a little. Well, it's still rolling. It's easier to cut it when it's still rolling. You know what I mean? So we'll keep rolling and just wait for this. We'll get back and we'll just splice it in.
Okay.
Shit. But so far it's really good.
Don't cut out that self-provoked part though.
But cut the part where you said self-provoke is in Rev.
Okay, yeah.
I was like, when you said that, I was like, the fuck you doing?
I thought that was known.
They don't. Yeah, no. Yeah, it is known, but
thought everyone knew that shit.
But they don't like bringing it up anymore.
They don't like bringing it up. Okay.
Do they? Do they? Well, no, because I feel like
I thought this was no jumper. My bad.
no. I feel like
That's my best friend.
I
I'm gonna
honestly
look out
feel
for
like
her
it's
right
all
now.
good.
Cut that thing. Okay.
I'm gonna tap in. No, I think we can leave that in. I don't think they're.
Are we
tripping off
shooting
of
right
that.
now? Are we
That's
live?
like-
Are we
that's
coming?
like-
we're still rolling, but you gotta. So we kind of gonna cut it back to.
Okay, cool. My bad. I had
yeah.
to take a fat.
No,
bit.
it's all
I'm not
good.
gonna
So yeah,
hold you.
we're back
I
on.
drank a tall boy, and I was like, damn. I
Yeah,
gotta
we're back
go.
on track now. We were just talking about what you got coming up and shit. You know what I
So
mean?
what you got coming up?
So I have a lot of crazy projects. Obviously, I'm on NDAs and shit these days, and shit that I can't really talk about a lot of it.
Big stuff.
But some pretty big things. You feel me? That'll. I mean, hopefully they'll make the mark that they need to make. You know what I'm saying? I'm very big in innovation and trying to like provide a stamp for like us, you know what I'm saying, to be like, yo, we did that, you know what I'm saying, out of our like the Latino community, you feel me? I consider myself to be like the Latino like Kanye West, you feel me? That's the only person I could even like compare myself to. And a lot of people try to ask me to compare myself to, so I've like thought about it for some time, and it's like I can't really compare myself to anybody because I'm just so driven by my own insanity most of the time that it's like I can't even put myself in a place where I can like relate to anybody for the most part.
Right.
For the most part. But yeah, so I mean I'll say this shit right now. Future self again. Let's bring future self again.
What's poppin'?
I am the Latino incarnation of Kanye West, and not in the space of like politics. Obviously, like his positioning.
Yeah, you gotta say
his positioning. And,
You like Jewish people?
But nah, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. A lot of my homies is Jewish. It's like, you know, I'm not saying like on the political spectrum of things, but just his variety of like choice of creative endeavors, right? Like there's a variety, there's a limitlessness that I agree with that he's involved in.
You're probably a lot more hands-on than Kanye as well.
Yeah, and I also think I'm way more articulate. Like I'm willing to like I'm not just gonna give you these one-liners and like try to create controversy. It's like regardless, I'm very polarizing in terms of like how I think about life in the world. But I'm also not just gonna give you a one-liner and just be like, all right, you figure it out. Like I'm willing to have the conversation in an articulate, eloquent manner with, you know what I'm saying, with data and all these different like parameters to really get the point across. My point is my job is to actually send a messaging and for it to be understood. I don't want to be like ambiguous and mysterious and all this different shit just to like look cool and just to be that way because like, oh, y'all don't understand me. I'm the greatest, and if you don't feel it, then you don't understand me. I'm not that type of person. Like I heard it from one of my OGs when I was really young. He told me, he was like, the champion never crowns himself. You feel me? The champion never crowns himself. And so that's kind of like the motto that I live by, is just like, I'm not gonna, right now I'm stamping it because obviously it's a documented situation where it's like, I want it for myself in the future to be like, I believed in myself enough, because I do, and I've done the work for it. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's up to y'all, the viewers and the fans, the people that respect the art form and all the different things that I'm going to hopefully touch y'all with. And they're going to be the ones that crown me, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. So, but I, you know, like I said, I do film, fashion, and music. Awesome. Like I started with music. I was into fashion early on. I was doing my own clothes, doing my own everything. And even, I mean, shit, I'm wearing our own shit right now. This is, you know what I'm saying? This is opera. This is our own shit, bro. You feel me? It's our own shit. Like this is handmade, one of ones, all of it. You feel me?
And so before we like wrap it up, like, do you have any like final thoughts? All of you guys, do you guys want to let the people know before we wrap?
Final thoughts? Like, I don't even know. Like, what you mean final thoughts? What you talking about?
Anything you want to let the people know before we end it?
You start.
Okay. Final thoughts are.
Zinga, let him know.
Not only is God great.
Okay.
You feel me? God is great.
That's good.
That's number one.
God's pretty fantastic.
That's number one. God is great. Dude. My purpose and my job in this world is to prove God mathematically. I come from a very like a broken religious like background, so it's like you know, my stepfather is very atheistic and all these different, you know what I'm saying? My mother is very, you know, spiritual, but she kind of like does it in her own way. So I was able to like really experiment and like go into these spaces. But me proving God mathematically really means that, like, you know, doing the work and the hard work that it comes with choosing any life path, it's really us just like proving and showing the spectrum of evolution that we're like capable of like being a factor. Right. So I'm a factor, and I know I'm a factor. Yeah. You dig? And so that's one of my final notes, is knowing that I'm a factor. And if you know that you're a factor, like, make sure that you like do the work to it, because the difference between prayer and manifestation is action. Yeah. Action is the difference, right? When you really put the work in to like go into a direction that is literally shooting in the dark.
Yeah.
where nobody else can see it, right? You know, I'm borderline, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to, no disrespect to people that have mental disabilities, but I'm borderline retarded. You dig?
What's politically
Right?
correct?
And exactly. So it's like, not to be not politically correct in that space, but
It's very
like
PC of
I'm a
you.
little
the way
retarded
that I
too.
explain it is like, look, my whole life is to be like, we're hanging out, right? We're all hanging out, and there's a man in the room that I see.
What he
I'm
look
just
like?
yo, look at that dude. Look at what he's doing. That shit crazy.
What that
right?
man look like,
And
though?
then y'all are just like, I don't see nobody. That's just a window, right? That's just a window. I see not a single person there.
Right.
And then what would you think? Oh, this guy needs to go to a fucking psychiatric hospital because I'm on you. I'm just like adamant. Like, yo, look at what he's doing. Look at what.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't see nobody. I don't see nobody. I don't see nobody. That is my life. I see something that nobody else sees.
Okay.
And I'm working towards that. So it's like the average person would be like, yo, he needs to go to a psychiatric hospital or this or that, whatever. They're going to judge me for that.
I'm not judging
Right?
you.
Felt that. I felt
Right?
that totally.
And I see something that nobody else sees, and that's who I am. I'm not a filmmaker, right? Most people know me as a director Rex Wonders, right? An editor, VFX artist, all these different little things, musician. I'm none of that. I am looking at something that is there that nobody else can see that I see.
Right.
You dig? And
dig
that's
it.
that's
I love
what
it. I
you
love
know what
it.
I'm saying? And it's
Bazinga.
like I'm okay with that.
What about you? What about you?
Gavlyn?
Oh shit! How do I follow up with that? All right, camera, look at me in my eyes right now. Let me actually think about this in terms of saying the last word. First off, you ain't hard, fool.
You're
Second off, get to know yourself better
Facts.
and enjoy being amongst yourself and embrace that.
Facts.
Fuck social media.
No.
Fuck everything else around the world around you.
Two sides.
Whatever it is that you do, whether if you work at a store or if you're an artist, it's really important to divulge into yourself
Facts.
and love yourself and embody who you are.
Yes.
Sick.
I love it. And I
Facts.
would like to say I'm grateful to have crossed paths with these dope motherfuckers.
Yes, sir, skis.
Everything happens for a reason.
Fuck people, burn shit, fuck
And
school.
exactly. And yeah, like I said, me and my boy Self got our project dropping tonight. Hallmark.
Damn, were you guys dropping it at Poly or what?
Yeah, the Poly High School. We're gonna go back. Yeah, nah. And then
Reunion.
we got a video coming out with me and my boy Sam Sass. We got a little duo called Sass Goo, and my boy Rex has the vision for it. It's some trip hop shit. So it's not no normal. Yeah, shit is hard, bro. This dude got a fucking vision. We're gonna also shoot a video for my shit with my homie Fonzo Tio, who was on last time.
Damn, you shooting a porno? That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. This shit's hard. This shit is hard. That shit is hard, fool. But yeah, so fucking more blessings to come, and
I'm the first director that's gonna film a porno in green screen in 3D. You
Like,
don't
you
laugh
ever
at
seen
me.
the magic carpet yet?
Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. That's,
know, I believe
that's
it.
real. That's a real aspiration.
That's beautiful. I love that.
I'm
for
the
you.
first like director that's shooting a porno in 3D.
There you go.
There
Thank
you
you
go.
guys so much, Phil, for pulling up.
He's
We
like,
really
there we go.
appreciate
Cut
it.
it.
Thank you for having me.
guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was a Mad Deep podcast. We had Rex Wonders and we
Mad
had
Deep.
Gavlyn.
Shout out
I'm
Matt
ready
D.
to shirt, though.
Shout out Matt
Gavlyn,
Deep.
my boy
Shout out
Guru
Matt Deep.
Doug. And you know
Nah,
Kenny
for real,
Malice.
Peace
Let's go.
out.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Mad Deep. Like, subscribe. See y'all next time.
Hey,
Yes,
follow
sir.
me at R3x Wonders
Yes, follow me on Instagram,
everywhere.
Gavlyn,
Actually, like
Gavlyn.
website,
If you like
Twitter.
prank videos, follow me, Guru Doug.
Instagram.
Let's
find
go.
Guru
There
Doug
you
on
go.
Pornhub.
R3x Wonders. Yes, sir, skis.
Thank y'all. Y'all are wonderful.